If you're brushing your teeth like this, you might be damaging your teeth and gums every single day. I'm talking about enamel wear, gum recession, and long-term sensitivity. And here's the scary part. By the time you actually notice the damage, it's often already permanent. Because gum recession doesn't grow back. Once it's gone, it's gone. No pain at first, no warning signs, just slow, silent damage that builds up over time. And what's surprising is this happens even more with a manual toothbrush than with an electric toothbrush. Because with a manual toothbrush, you control everything. The pressure, the speed, and the movement. And if those are even slightly off, you repeat the same mistake every single day for years. Sadly, I see this very often with my patients. People who brush regularly, who think they're doing everything right, but still end up with receding gums and sensitive teeth. And this is important. It's not because they don't brush. In fact, they do brush regularly, but with the wrong technique. So before I show you the correct way to brush with a manual toothbrush, you need to see the few most common mistakes that cause the most damage over time. Because once you notice these, you'll never brush the same way again. This right here is one of the most damaging habits you can have. Scrubbing your teeth like you're trying to clean something dirty. A lot of people think, if I brush harder and faster, my teeth get cleaner. But the reality is totally different. You're not cleaning faster, you're just damaging faster. Because plaque is soft, it should come off easily. It does not require force to remove it. What force actually does is damage your enamel and wear your gums away over time. When you combine pressure, speed, and friction, you start wearing down the most vulnerable part of your teeth, your gum line, where your teeth and gums meet. This is where the damage starts. And over time, your enamel gets thinner, your gums start pulling back, and the tooth's root surface becomes exposed. That's when people suddenly feel that sharp pain from cold air, cold drinks, and even from brushing. And in many cases, it's not a dental problem, it's a technique problem. And by the way, I put together a really simple brushing guide you can follow step by step so you can avoid these harmful mistakes when brushing. It's linked below. Another huge problem is pressure. And this one is even more dangerous with a manual toothbrush, because there's nothing stopping you from brushing too hard. No pressure sensor, no feedback, it's just you pressing harder than you need to. If plaque doesn't come off easily, the problem is not pressure. The problem is technique. And brushing harder doesn't fix that. It just increases stress on the most vulnerable parts of your teeth and can cause significant damage over time. Here's an easy way to tell if you're brushing too hard. If your bristles start bending or flattening quickly, you're brushing too hard. That's not normal wear, that's too much force. Now this is the mistake most people never think about, and it causes long-term problems. When you brush like this, you're actually missing one of the most important areas you're supposed to keep clean. Because plaque doesn't mainly sit on flat tooth surfaces. It builds up right at the gum line. And that's where inflammation starts, gum disease begins, and gum recession develops. So when you brush straight under the tooth, you miss the area that actually needs cleaning, and you increase wear exactly where the tooth is weakest. So if you brush like this, plaque stays where you need to remove it, and damage happens where you definitely don't want it to happen. Before I show you the correct way of brushing with a manual toothbrush, let's go over one important mistake many people make. And this mistake is something almost nobody talks about, but it makes a huge difference when it comes to the results. Brushing too fast. With a manual toothbrush, speed is completely up to you. And most people rush. They go over their teeth quickly, back and forth, thinking they're being efficient. But effective brushing is not about speed. It's about precision. If you move too fast, you don't give the bristles time to work, and more importantly, you might miss the spots where cavities and gum disease actually start. So instead of fast, aggressive brushing, you need controlled, precise movements. And here's the problem. All of these mistakes might feel normal. They feel like you're being thorough and doing a good job, but they're actually doing the opposite. So now, let me show you what correct manual brushing actually looks like and how a few small changes completely change the outcome. Now, let's flip this around. If scrubbing, pressure, and speed are the problem, what does correct brushing actually look like? The biggest shift is this. You're not trying to clean your teeth like a dirty surface. You're trying to guide the brush precisely to the right place, right where plaque loves to hide. What I'm about to show you is the single most important adjustment, so watch closely. Instead of brushing straight onto the tooth like this, angle the brush slightly toward the gum line, about 45 degrees. That means most of the bristles are on the tooth and some are gently touching the gum edge, because plaque doesn't sit on flat surfaces. It builds up right at the gum line and slightly under it. When the brush is angled correctly, the bristles naturally slide into that important area near the gum line. This happens without force and without damage. And now, what your hand should actually do. This is where most people overdo it. So keep it simple. Don't scrub, don't rush, don't press hard. Instead, just do this. Place the brush at the correct angle, use small, gentle circular movements, stay there for a few seconds, then move to the next area. And that's it, nothing more. Think of it like this. You're not scrubbing your teeth clean. You're guiding the brush carefully, tooth by tooth, with the right angle. And if you want this as a simple step-by-step brushing guide you can follow daily, I've made one for you. The link is in the description. And take your time when brushing. Slower brushing gives you better control, better coverage, and less damage. Now a small but important detail. On upper teeth, angle the brush slightly upward toward the gum line. On lower teeth, angle it slightly downward. For the inside of your lower front teeth, turn the brush vertically. That allows you to reach those narrow surfaces properly. This is where plaque builds up easily and is often missed. Now here's something most people underestimate. Time matters more than force. You don't need to brush harder, you just need to brush long enough. And remember to brush all three surfaces of the teeth. The outside, occlusal, and the inside surfaces. Aim for around 2 to 4 minutes. But more importantly, don't rush. Because rushing is what leads to missed areas, more pressure, and more damage. And honestly, brushing is only half the battle. Because most people are also flossing completely wrong and making one mistake that can damage their gums every single day. So watch this video next before you floss again.